Right. Let's talk about your career. You started out as a copywriter in Ogilvy and Mather, and subsequently you went to Leo Burnett,
yes.
and that was when you became a creative director.
Yes.
What made you take the step to becoming a filmmaker from advertising?
By accident. Basically, when you're in advertising long enough, you will start to write TV commercials. When you write TV commercials long enough, there'll be a time when there's a script that you really like, and the client says, I've got no money, the director is so expensive, I have no money, and then you go, right, I'll do it for you for free. If you will allow me. Then they go, okay. That's how it began, by accident. There was a story I wanted to tell, and it got made into a TV commercial, and we couldn't afford. So I volunteered, and bit by bit, yeah, by accident. Nothing in my life happened by design. I never had any ambitions before. I just, like a log down a river.
But a lot of your commercials are like mini films.
Yes.
Obviously, your most famous commercial is Tan Ming Hong. Is that right?
Tan Hong Ming.
Tan Hong Ming. Which, if you audiences out there, if you're not familiar with it, we're going to show a clip of it.
Her name is Umi. Umi Kazrina. I like her.
Why do you like her?
She wears earrings, she ties a ponytail. She's pretty.
What do you wish you could say to her?
Do you want to come on a date? To a romantic dinner.
And does she know you like her?
No, I keep it a secret.
Why?
I don't want the whole world to know.
Why not?
Because everybody will laugh at me.
Why should they laugh at you?
Huh?
Why should they laugh at you?
She doesn't like me.
She doesn't like you?
My name is Umi Kazrina.
Who's your best friend?
Tan
Hong Ming? Do you like him? Do you have a boyfriend? Who's your boyfriend?
Hong Ming.
Now, how did you get that boy to say those things? Was it an actual interview?
I met him, about 1 month before we started shooting. I basically got our producers to alert some primary schools, tell their teachers and their headmasters, headmistress, that I wanted to interview 6 or 7-year-olds whose best friend is someone from another race. Any race.
Right.
Just if your best friend is someone from another race, I want to talk to you. So I came back a week later and I met all these kids. And of course, some... Because I said, so is that your best friend? You have to pick and choose the ones that will be useful. So Tan Hong Ming kept on hanging on to my baju kurung hem. Wherever I went, he was, auntie, 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 My best friend is a boy who wears a songkok. Auntie, auntie, I'm vegetarian. I said, you're 6 years old and you're vegetarian. I'm kidding. So he's got this, he just thrusting himself before me.
Right.
And so his best friend is the boy who wears a songkok. So I said, I'm going to come back, I'm going to shoot you again, don't be shy. He said, I'm not shy. So when I came back again, I interviewed him, we were talking about his best friend. And after a while, I got a bit bored, and I said, is there a girl you like? And I said, oh, please make it Indian or Malay. Because he's Chinese, right? Another race. And he goes, yes, her name is Umi. Umi Kazrina. That's when I thought, bingo. So we asked him these questions, and you get all these answers. At the end of it, I turned to my cinematographer, Kyong Lo, and I said, Kyong, I think we may have the best commercial we've ever made. He goes, hell yeah.
Was the boy scripted? Or did he
Of course
speak?
not.
Of course not.
The questions were scripted.
Yeah.
But, about the best friend. But about the girlfriend, no. Because I just thought, he's not very exciting.
Okay.
I'm very easily enamored by actors.
Okay.
And locations and props and weather. So I come, right? I got this script story about For example, I get this script story about a boy who refuses to draw a reunion dinner, and later you find out he's an orphan for Petronas. So, and then I go, so then you look at the actors, and I find a boy who is so sepet and whose teeth are like one big, one small. And then I go, I gotta have him. I'm enamored by his teeth. Because he can, when he smiles, he looks, so I gotta have him. Then I meet this teacher, then I find this school, and I find this bus stop. And so I think an artist's job is to observe whatever God throws in his or her path. I'm not one of those people who have written the script, we shall stick tightly to it, and that's not the right actor. If it's interesting, I'll change this according to them. Because I think a character on a piece of paper is so shallow compared to a real human being. Why would I lento them to become this? I should really change this to become them.
This year, MCYS, or Ministry of Community Development, Youth and Sports, commissioned you to make an advertisement for them. It was commissioned on behalf of our Prime Minister, Lee Hsien Loong. Do you find it strange that another country should commission you to make a film about family?
Why? Ang Lee made Pride,
yes.
Sense and Sensibility, and then Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah.
So
why did they approach you? Did they say why they wanted you?
Because apparently he'd been looking at my commercials on YouTube.
Our Prime Minister has been looking at your commercials.
Yes.
That's very interesting.
Yes, and apparently he was moved by a lot of them, and so he says, look for the person who did this. And they
That's
found
interesting.
me. Yeah, but so I think it's not a question of Singaporean Prime Minister looking for a Malaysian writer. It's one human being looking at some stories on humanity and says, who's the human being who made this? Borders are nonsense anyway.
Did you get to meet him?
No. Well, that's very annoying. I wish that I could meet him because he's quite handsome. Well, he's handsomer than my Prime Minister anyway.
Yasmin Ahmad, thank you so much for being with us on Razor Pop.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for having me.